What would a fifth term for Vladimir Putin mean for Russia and the world? This is the question that's been circulating in political circles as Russians head to the polls. As expected, Putin's victory seems inevitable, thanks in part to his strong influence and Russia's booming economy. But for Putin, it's not just about winning, it's about demonstrating his firm control over the political system. This is evident in the emphasis being placed on a high voter turnout. It's a strategic move, designed to maintain the facade of a democratic election. As Russia's economy remains stable, despite the ongoing Ukraine war and Western sanctions, Putin is leveraging these conditions to secure his victory. But critics question the sustainability of this war-driven economy. Despite these concerns, the current economic climate may indeed cement Putin's win. This election is set to serve as a stage for Putin's propaganda, with the Ukraine invasion being showcased as a testament to his leadership. The upcoming election is not only about Putin's victory, but also about his intent to showcase his control over the Russian political system. The economy under Putin has remained stable despite the Ukraine war and Western sanctions. But how sustainable is this war-driven economy? At the helm of Russia's economic affairs is Elvira Nabiullina, who has managed to keep the ship steady amidst turbulent waters. The current economic conditions in Russia, despite the ongoing war in Ukraine and the imposition of Western sanctions, seem to be playing in Putin's favor. This is a win that goes beyond just securing another term. It's a win that Putin could use as a propaganda tool to showcase support for the Ukraine invasion. However, not everyone is convinced of this seeming stability. Some economists are raising eyebrows and questioning just how long this war-driven economy can keep up its momentum. They argue that an economy propelled by conflict is not sustainable in the long run. It's a model that relies heavily on external factors and could potentially crumble should these conditions change. Whether or not this war-driven economy can sustain itself in the long run remains a question of great concern. While Putin consolidates his power in Russia, he also has a preference when it comes to who sits in the White House. It's intriguing, isn't it? Putin has openly expressed his preference for a US leader. He leans towards President Joe Biden, citing his predictability and experience as reasons. Now, that's not to say he's a fan, but it seems he appreciates a known quantity. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump, despite his past praise for Putin, doesn't seem to be the Russian leader's top pick. Allegations of Russian election interference during Trump's tenure may play a part in this. Biden and Trump have their own stances on Putin and Russia. Biden has been a vocal critic of Russia's actions in Ukraine, providing substantial military aid to the country. Trump, on the other hand, has had a more complicated relationship with Putin, marked by a mix of admiration and skepticism. Putin's preference for a US leader speaks volumes about his geopolitical strategies. It gives us a glimpse into how he plans to navigate the international political landscape in his potential fifth term. Putin's imminent fifth term is not just a Russian affair, it has implications for the entire world. The geopolitical landscape is a complex tapestry, and Russia, under Putin's leadership, is a significant thread. The Ukraine war and Western sanctions are two key areas where Putin's continued presence will undoubtedly shape global politics. The stable Russian economy, despite these external pressures, is a testament to Putin's strategic maneuvering. However, the sustainability of this war-driven economy is a point of contention among economists, and the impact of this uncertainty could ripple out to affect global markets. The United States and Europe, as major global players, will likely feel the effects most acutely. For the US, the question of leadership looms large, with Putin expressing a preference for predictability and experience, traits he attributes to President Biden. Europe, on the other hand, faces the challenge of navigating its relationship with Russia amidst ongoing tensions over Ukraine. In other parts of the world, nations will be watching how Putin's fifth term impacts global power dynamics, potentially influencing their own foreign policy strategies. As Putin gears up for his fifth term, the world watches, anticipating the potential shifts in global politics. Indeed, the ripple effects of this election reach far beyond Russia's borders. As the polls open in Russia, the world waits to see the outcome and its global implications. As we draw this discussion to a close, it's clear that Putin's expected victory in his fifth term creates a unique narrative in the world of politics. This is not merely about winning an election, but a demonstration of his firm grip over Russia's political system. We've delved into the economic conditions under Putin's regime, steered by Elvira Nabiullina. Despite the Ukraine war and Western sanctions, the economy has managed to remain stable. However, questions linger about the sustainability of a war-driven economy. We've also explored Putin's preference for a US leader. His inclination towards a predictable and experienced Biden over Trump is noteworthy. Yet the real question is, who will be at the helm of the US when Putin potentially commences his fifth term? The potential global impact of Putin's fifth term cannot be underplayed. We've seen his influence in various geopolitical scenarios, and his continued reign will undoubtedly shape world events in the years to come. A fifth term for Putin is more than just an election result. It's a testament to Putin's control over Russian politics and its potential ripple effects on the global stage.